What's up, SuperFab people? It's your girl Monique, and I'm here by myself today because I am posting our very first makeup tutorial. I'm going to be showing you guys how to achieve this everyday look. It's the simple look, easy tutorial to follow, and it's beginner friendly, so let's get into this tutorial. To start off, I'm going to be using my e.l.f. Water Essence Primer. Well, it's not really a primer, but I use it as a primer because it prepares my skin for the makeup, and your base of your skin is the most important part, because if your skin isn't right, your makeup is not going to come out right at all, sister. So I'm just going to rub that in and start my brows. Now we're going to spoolie my eyebrow hairs up and get them out of the way so that I can outline the bottom of my eyebrow precisely. And to do this, we're going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow in the shade Ebony. So me personally, I like to outline the bottom of my eyebrow first and then go on the top and outline the arch, because when those two align, your eyebrow will flow seamlessly, I promise. Like, once you get the arch done, the rest flows seamlessly. So now I'm just going to outline the top portion of my eyebrow, but I am not filling in the front with any product. We do not want blocky, sharpie eyebrows, okay? So now I'm showing you where you do not stop at your eyebrows. Some people skip this step, and we're going to spoolie out the front and make sure it has that gradient effect. Now that that's done, you are ready to conceal your eyebrows, and I did use the LA Girl concealer, but I did not film that part because it was difficult, and I outlined the top and bottom. So now I'm just going to blend out that concealer so that when I put my foundation on, there's no halo brows or anything like that. To prime, I'm going to go in with my Cover FX Blurring Primer. I recently discovered this primer in a BoxyCharm package, and I love it. Back then when I started makeup, I never used to prime. Like, I did not prime at all. But now, I love priming. It's essential to my makeup routine. It helps my makeup stay on long. And this one actually does blur my pores because I do have big pores, like on my nose and under my eye, my T-zone area. So yeah, now we're just going to rub that in. And I'm going to set it with a translucent powder, not with a setting powder, a translucent powder. Translucent powders are thinner than regular setting powders that we use to bake, if you do have like a little knowledge about makeup. But yeah, I'm going to set my face with a translucent powder so that it can stay matte. Now I'm just going to go in with the leftover concealer that I use for my brows, and I'm going to cancel out any dark circles or any dark areas under my eyes and on top of my lids. So now that I have that placed down, I'm going to go in with a concealer brush and blend it out. This is my favorite e.l.f. brush. I do use this brush every day. Like, every time I do my makeup, I use this brush. I love this brush. As you can see, I love a lot of e.l.f. products, but anywho, I'm just going to blend out that concealer, and I'm going to set it with my setting powder now. Now I'm going to set it with my Sacha Buttercup setting powder. And this is the same powder that I use to bake, but you guys will see that later on. So because I'm not putting any eyeshadows on, I'm going to use my setting powder. But if I were to put eyeshadow on, or if you're going to put eyeshadow on, I would recommend using a translucent powder just because it's thinner and it'll be easier to blend out the eyeshadow. Now I'm just making sure that all of my concealer is blended out, and I'm setting it with that setting powder at the same time. Then I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. liner, and I'm going to line my top lash line to prepare it for my lashes and to help it hide that lash bone. I did have to put my lashes on off camera because, honey, it was not easy. So I'm just going to come back with those lashes on. I'm like a whole new person. Now I'm going to go in with my two favorite foundations. I don't know what made me mix these two foundations. They are my Fenty foundation and my Maybelline Superstay foundation. I don't know what, but this combination of drugstore and high-end is the best combination ever. I stay matte. I love to be matte. So these two are the top best matte foundations I have ever come across. I'm just going to blend that out with my Wet n Wild foundation brush. And I don't use a sponge to blend out my foundation. I just feel like I get a more airbrushed look with the brush. But to each his own. If you do feel more comfortable using a sponge, then I would suggest that you do that. Now I'm going to go in with my Colourpop No Filter Concealer, and I'm just going to highlight the bottom of my eyes, like T-zone area. As you can see, I did leave that area foundationless. Like, I did not put too much foundation in that area just because it starts to cake up your under eye. So I just leave that area like a little bare, and I focus my foundation on the outer portions of my face. So I just highlighted the regular highlighted areas, you know, my nose and under my eyes, chin and forehead. I'm just going to wait for that to dry down a little bit, because when it dries down, you get more coverage. So before I blend it out with the sponge, I do like to fan it out and blend it out with a brush, then go in with a sponge. I'm using a silicone sponge, and I'm new to the silicone sponge thing, but it's been working out a little good. It's been blending out seamlessly. Can't complain. So I'm just gonna blend, because you cannot get enough blending. And then I'm going to go back in with my foundation brush just to make sure that it's blended properly. So here I'm just going to take my black Radiance contour stick, and I'm going to contour my cheekbones, and I'm going to fan it out towards the center of my face. That's how you get more snatched look. I'm going to contour my forehead and my nose, my jawline, just to bring the color and the shape back into my face, because the concealer does wash out your face a little when you highlight it, so you have to bring the shadows back. Then we're gonna blend. Like I said, you cannot get enough blending. You have to make sure that everything is seamless before you go in and set it with any type of powders. So now I'm just gonna blend out my nose contour as well. So after you are blended to the gods, you're gonna go in with your setting powder, and I'm gonna start with setting that concealer that I did place on my nose. Then I'm gonna go in, slightly tap off the excess powder, and I'm gonna set my under eye. We're just setting, so I'm just gonna dust the powder there, but I'm not baking yet. So I'm just going to set that concealer in place so that it does not budge for the rest of the day or night. And then I'm going to go back in with another layer of setting powder. And this is where I let it sit for a little while, but only while I set the rest of my face. I don't let that powder sit for a long time because I do have dry under eyes. So now I'm just going to do my forehead, my chin, and basically everywhere that I placed that concealer, and then I'm going to wipe off my under eye. Now I'm just going to go in under where I placed my contour to set that foundation in place as well so it doesn't budge, and that also helps give my face a certain shape. It narrows in my face because I do have a very, very round face, if you cannot tell. Then I'm going to go in with my blending brush and blend everything out. And I'm going to go sideways across my nose to make sure that that nose contour is blended evenly. And I'm also just going to blend in the rest of my face. So now we're going to do what I like to call balancing the scales. Everywhere that I have placed a cream product, I'm going to set it with a powder product. So I'm just going to go in and set that cream contour with my contour powder from Black Radiance, which basically I'm going to do my cheekbones, my forehead, my jawline, and my nose. Okay, so now I'm going to take a smaller shader brush and I'm going to use that same contour powder and contour my nose, and I am going to bring it up into my eye socket just to give my eyes a little more definition because we're not wearing any eyeshadow for this look. Then I'm going to take that same contour powder and I'm going to contour my cupid's bow and give myself a little button nose. Now that your nose job is done and you are snatched, you're gonna blend everything out again just to make sure that that contour powder and all that setting powder is blended. As you can see, I am feeling myself a little bit more now. I'm gonna go in with this BH Cosmetics Blush to Go palette, and I'm gonna mix those two orange looking shades just because that's my preference. And I'm just gonna go ahead and give myself a little more color to my cheeks. Now that you've done the apples of your cheeks, you are gonna smile, honey, because you are beat. Yeah, I'm just joking, but you're gonna blend that out again. Remember, blending is the key to a flawless foundation. Now I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. matte and mist. But yeah, you guys, it's just a matte spray, and I'm gonna let that sit, and then I'm gonna go back in with my foundation brush just to make sure that everything is blended again. Blending is the key. Say it with me. Blending is the key. Now it's time for my favorite part. We are going to highlight, and we are going to aim for the stars, honey. We're gonna blind the haters. You're not ready. You're not ready. Okay. Here we go. Ooh, sister. Ooh. But I am using the Wet n Wild Rose Gold highlighter. That's not the specific name, but the names will be down below in the description box. And I'm just gonna highlight my cheekbones. Side profiles are very important to me because you need to be blinding the haters. This is why I took my highlighter and I went on my forehead as well. As you can see, I was impressing myself. Now I'm just gonna highlight my Cupid's bow because I do like to accentuate that part of my lips. And then I'm also gonna go in and highlight my nose with a smaller shader brush. I'm gonna highlight my nose, the bridge, and I'm gonna make sure that I highlighted the tip as well. Now I'm gonna go in and highlight my brow bone as well, and I'm gonna take this brow bone highlight and connect it to my cheekbone highlight. That way it all looks seamless. So as you can see, the effect it's creating from my brow bone to my cheekbone. Everything is connected and flowing seamlessly. Now, because I have a problem and I'm a highlight junkie, I'm going to go back in and highlight my Cupid's bow again. And I'm just feeling it right now, you feel me? I'm almost done with my face. I'm going to go in with my mascara. And I had to do this off camera because I was not trying to poke out an eye for y'all. Sorry, not sorry. Now I'm just going to take my Wet n Wild brown lip liner. Well, it's an eyebrow pencil, but I use it as a lip liner because it is softer than other lip liners. And I'm just going to line my lips right now to prepare for the nude color that I'm going to put on to give my lips a little more definition. I can't just wear a nude color without a lip liner. Now we're going to smudge that lip liner in and make sure that its edges are smeared. Then I'm going to go in with my Ofra lipstick, and I'm not sure what color it is. It's going to be in the description box below. And I'm just going to place that on my lips now. So you just want to continue to make sure that your lips are blended as well. And then I'm going to go in with my Ruby Kisses lip gloss. This is the best lip gloss on earth. It is so glossy and it is only $1 from your local beauty supply store. So I'm just going to go in and put that on top of my lip combo and just make sure that everything is blended seamlessly. It's popping. It's popping. It's popping. It's popping. What you know about me? What you know about me? Anyways, my lip gloss is popping, honey. Now, off camera, I did apply an inner and outer wing, and that is the end of this tutorial. You are ready to slay. You have the option to put in a wing if you want to. I just feel like it just gives me this cat eye look, and it helps elevate this look. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, our very first SuperFab tutorial. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and let me know if you want more tutorials like this. Bye guys!